What's up guys, welcome back to Toon Duelists. Today I'm going to show you 4 basic ninja combos you need to know to play this deck, and we're also going to draw some test hands so you can see how this deck really performs. If you haven't checked out the deck profile yet, definitely do it with the link in the description. Let's dive right into it. But first I want to show you this awesome customized deck box we got from LDB Duel. I've been really looking for a long time for a customizable deck box, and this is by far the best I've seen. I mean, look at the quality of this print. It's really awesome, fully customizable, and with very good magnets, so you can also put it on the back side to have access to the deck and dice tray. They will also print you something on the trays if you ask them. They also have a very nice customer service. As you can see, the quality is amazing. Also inside, very soft inlay, so your deck will be safe. You have plenty of space for your deck, side deck, and more, and the dices fit perfectly in this tray. So you should definitely check out their store with the link in the description, ldbduel.com. And thanks a lot, LDB Duel, for this awesome deck box again. But let's get back to the video. So the first combo is really basic. It's a 1-card combo, and we only need our copy of Hanzo. What we're going to do is we normal Hanzo, activate its effect to search out an ninjutsu art spell or trap, which is going to be duplication. Then we're going to set duplication and pass our turn. Once our opponent draws, in the draw phase we can activate duplication, tribute Hanzo, and then special summon from our deck 1 Mitsu and 2 Tobari, because Mitsu is level 2, Tobari is level 1, equals level 4. Fits perfectly. Now, what do we have on field now? Once our opponent activates a monster effect, we can negate it by flipping Mitsu down, flipping a Tobari face up, negate the effect. And we also, with Tobari, have a quick fusion summon. And you have the choice here, you can fusion Tobari and Mitsu to go for Meisen. So you can special summon a ninja from your deck. For example, depending on your opponent's turn, of course, if he activates effect, you can, for example, special Geo and book 2 monsters of your opponent permanently, which is great. But second option would be to not go into Meisen, but to go into Yaguramaru, which allows you to banish one of your ninja monsters, for example, Tobari, and banish a card your opponent controls for a nice little interruption. Combo number 2 is basically the same, or you end on the same board with 2 cards, which are Tobari and Mitsu. You set Tobari, and with the effect of Mitsu, you can special summon Mitsu. So you basically have the same, you have 1 Tobari less on the field, but once your opponent activates a monster effect, you can negate it. You have the fusion summon with Tobari, just like in combo number 1. So it's just another way to basically get out the same combo. The next combo is a little bit more difficult, but also more powerful, and you need Tobari and Hanzo. What you're going to do is discard Tobari to activate its effect, so you can special summon Hanzo from your hand. This will activate Hanzo's effect, and you can add a ninja monster from your deck to your hand, which is going to be Getsuga. We have a normal summoned, so we tribute Hanzo to tribute summon Getsuga. Next we activate Getsuga's effect, we choose Tobari and Hanzo, change him into defense position, special Tobari and special Hanzo. Hanzo's effect will activate once again, and you can add 1 ninja monster from your deck to your hand. You have the choice here, you can either choose Baku or Mitsu, doesn't really matter. We're going to choose Baku for now, and if Baku is added to your hand except by drawing it, you can special summon Baku. Next up you want to go into Cross G. Now you have to keep in mind, for your ninja fusion summons, you need ninjas with different types. This is Beast, Winged Beast, and those 2 are warriors, so you can't keep those 2 on the board, and always use Hanzo. So, for example, I'm going to use Getsuga and Hanzo for Link 2 to go into Cross Sheep. Next up, we're going to use those 2 to go into a fusion summon, or we tribute them to fusion summon Meisen. Cross Sheep's effect will activate, and we can special summon Hanzo once again to add another ninja monster with its effect, which is going to be Mitsu. Mitsu can be special summoned because we control a ninja monster, so we special Mitsu. From here on out, you have different options. If you're going second and maybe you happen to have Iron Digger in your hand, you can actually go for the OTK if you use those 3 for your Borosaur Dragon. If you equip it with Iron Digger, it's a ninja monster. With Meisen's effect, it can attack directly and you go for the OTK. Really powerful. If you're going first, you also have 2 different options. You can go into a Apollousa for 3 right here, or you can go another step. You can use those 2, go into a Zaizo, and then activate its effect to set any ninjutsu art, spell or trap. Depending on your hand, you can choose differently, but a safe option is always Notebook, for example. Set it on your side of the field. Once your opponent controls a card, you can activate it. We have plenty of ninja monsters in our grave already, so great right here. And then you can use those 2 to go into your Apollousa. So you end on a board with 2 or 3 monster negates, Meisen who can special summon a ninja from the deck once your opponent activates a card or effect, and if you chose to go the Saizo route, so Apollousa will only have 2 monster negates, but you still have a ninjutsu art, which can be pretty good. For example, once your opponent activates anything, once he controls a card, you can activate Notebook, special summon from your grave, something like, let's say, Baku in defense position, and from your deck, something like Dancing Leaves, for example. And once your opponent activates a card or effect, Meisen's effect will activate, and you can special summon from your deck a Mitsu, and since you have a Mitsu and a set card, you have another monster negate. But this is just one example what you can do with the ninjas. That's it for the third combo. Let's move on to the last one. The last combo is also a 2-card combo. You need Hanzo and Mitsu, but it only works going second, or to be more precisely, it only works when your opponent controls a card. And this is how it works. You normal summon Hanzo, activate its effect to add a ninjutsu spell or trap, which is going to be Notebook. Next up, you can special summon Mitsu. You go into a Link 2 into your copy of Cross Sheep. Next up, you activate ninjutsu arts to special summon from your grave, let's say Hanzo, and to set Iron Digger from your deck. Next up, you activate Iron Digger, equip Cross Sheep, then you use the effect of Iron Digger, banish your Mitsu to destroy a card on the field, and you destroy Iron Digger itself. This will activate Iron Digger's effect to let you special summon a banished ninja monster, which is going to be Mitsu, and you can special summon her face down. Next up, you can use those 2 to go into your Meisen. This will activate Cross Sheep's effect to bring out Hanzo, and Hanzo can add a ninja monster from your deck, which is going to be Baku. Baku is added to your hand, you can special summon it. This will activate Baku's effect, and you can add a ninjutsu art, spell or trap from your field or graveyard to the hand, and you're going to add back Iron Digger. Now, you see where this goes. You can go into a Link 4, into your Borosaur Dragon. You can equip Borosaur with your Iron Digger. It's now a ninja monster, and since we have Meisen on the field, it can attack directly. So, in your battle phase, you attack with Meisen directly, 2,500 points of damage. Now you activate Borosaur's effect, change Meisen into defense. You go in with 3,500 once, and with 3,500 twice. So in total, you deal 9,500 points of damage, and this is your OTK line. That's it for the basic combos. Let's draw some test hands. Alright, test hand number 1. Let's see what we got. Alright. Of course, in this case, we're going to start with our pot. The ones you want to banish most are access code, your SP I don't own at the moment, your IP, and then you can also banish 1 Saizo, 1 Cross Sheep, and 1 of your 3 Meisen. So, banish 6. Look at the top 6. In this case, I'd probably go with Dancing Leaves right here. So what you're going to do next is you're going to set your Dancing Leaves. set your notebook, you're going to normal summon your Mitsu and end your turn right here. So what you can do now is once your opponent controls a card, you activate Notebook. Now you can only use one of the effects, so you can only bring out a ninja monster or a ninjutsu spell or trap, because we have nothing in the grave, but my advice would be to bring out a ninja monster, so Mitsu is live. And the best one is probably Tobari, because it lets you quick fusion summon and it is protected the turn it is special summon or flip face up. It cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects, so also protects you pretty good. So you set Tobari, you have Mitsu's effect live now. You also have Ash Blossom in your hand to interrupt your opponent even more. Once he activates a monster effect, you can flip Tobari up, book Mitsu. You now still have the quick fusion play. You also have Dancing Leaves to tribute one of your two ninjas to special summon out a ninja from your deck. But since we were unlucky to draw Geo in our starting hand, this might not be the best idea. Probably the best you can do is actually wait for the monster negate and then go into Yagamaru to interrupt your opponent even more. Alright, test hand number 2. Let's see what we can do. Alright, in this case, actually, you're probably going to activate Instant Fusion to bring out Yagamaru. Since you control a ninja monster now, you can special summon Mitsu. Probably the best thing to do right here, because we're losing to Yagamaru at the end phase, is to use those two to go into a Meisen. And then you just set Duplication and set Notebook. Now you have plenty of options during your opponent's turn. First of all, you have Effect Wheeler, Monster Negate, nice. Once he controls a card, you can activate Notebook to also bring back your Yagamaru, because Instant Fusion counts as fusion summoning, so we can bring it back from the grave too. Him in defense position, and of course from our deck. You have the choice. I'd probably always recommend Dancing Leaves. And next up, once your opponent activates a card or effect, Meisen's effect will activate and you can bring out either Geo to book 2 monsters from your opponent. You can also bring out a Mitsu very early on, so you have now the monster negate alive. Once you do it, Yagamaru will be flipped, so you can also banish a card from your opponent, and you still have Duplication to tribute Yagamaru or Meisen. And if you use Duplication, you can, for example, tribute Yagamaru and bring out something for your next turn. For example, one Baku and another Mitsu. With Baku, you can flip him face up in your next turn, bring back Duplication, for example, or even better, Notebook. And you still have Mitsu, you can flip one face up. So you have plenty of options, and that's what I mean when I say it's a very interactive deck. Your turns depend very hardly on what your opponent does and how you react to it. It's not easy to play, you have to know your deck pretty well. Alright, test hand number 3. Let's see. Alright, that looks amazing actually. You have Tobari and Hanzo in hand. So let's start right away. We discard Tobari, special Hanzo, effect Hanzo to add Getsuga, tribute Hanzo, normal summon or tribute summon Getsuga, effect Getsuga, choose Tobari and Hanzo, change him, special summon, effect Hanzo. And here you can see why it's important to run 2 Baku. If you draw into 1, you still have 1 in your deck that is live. It's added except by drawing, so you special summon it. Next up, Link 2, Cross Sheep, Fusion Summon, Meisen, effect Cross Sheep, bring back Hanzo, effect Hanzo, add Mitsu, effect Mitsu, and from here on out you can now go into 3 Appaloosa or into Zaizo and then to the Appaloosa. Since we have an effect wheeler in hand, I'd probably actually go with those 2 into Zaizo. Now we can set a ninjutsu art spell or trap, which is going to be our Notebook. Now we use those 2 for Appaloosa. We set our Called by the Grave and end our turn right here. Now we have 1, 2, 3 monster negates. We can, as soon as your opponent activates a card or effect, activate Notebook to bring back from our grave, for example, let's say Baku. And from our deck, we can set something like Dancing Leaves, for example, or even Duplication, but Dancing Leaves is always a good choice in my opinion. We still are hand trap safe with Called by the Grave, or can use it in our opponent's turn in whatever way. Once your opponent activates a card or effect, Maizen will activate and we can special summon Mitsu. Since we have a set card with Notebook, Mitsu is also live. So 4 monster negates, and as you can see, a lot of interactions during our opponent's turn. Awesome board if you ask me. Guys, that's it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed and that I was able to show you how amazing this ninja deck actually performs. As I said, it's a very interactive and reactive deck, so you really have to look at and also a little bit know your opponent's deck, so you know the choke points and you can react the right way. You have plenty of options going down with this deck, so it's not that easy to play, but if you know how to play it, it's very, very powerful actually. It also can top on regionals sometimes, but yeah, really amazing deck in my opinion. Don't forget to let me know your opinion in the comments, and if you like the content, don't forget to like and subscribe. Really means a lot to us, and until next time, have a good one.